is good? It's your boy Sam back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're gonna be doing our Season 4 awards for NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. Now, this season started off with a lot of highs and finished with a lot of lows, but throughout, I gotta say the season, it was fine. I mean, again, if you have a lot of highs, a lot of lows, you're gonna be fine. I just think the ending was horrible. So right now it's bad, but as far as an overall season, I think it was solid. We're gonna be talking about the defensive player of the season, MVP, most overrated, underrated, before diving into our all Galaxy, Opal, Pink Diamond, and Diamond teams. Now, starting off with the cheesiest card from a Season 4. Got three guys here. Devin Booker offensively at the point guard position, just offensively in my team. Probably the best and most overpowered offensive card we do have in the game. Kareem, 100 overall. If you got him, you got the best card in the game. No denying that. And then Michael Beasley has probably the best and quickest release right now in my team. I do believe all these cards are definitely super cheesy in their own way. For me, though, it's got to be Kareem. I mean, he's 7'2" with 100 overall everything stats. If you don't choose Kareem, I feel like you don't know what you're talking about. Defense player of the season. I didn't include Kareem. Kareem obviously would be the defense player of the season. I didn't include him because he's the MVP. A lot of times, or not the MVP, he's the cheesiest. And he probably will be the MVP. I don't even remember if when we get there. But I don't want to give Kareem every award. So we have to vary it up a little bit. Defense player of the season between Giannis Antetokounmpo, Tyson Chandler, and Jonathan Isaac. For Giannis, as power forward position, I just think he's tough to beat. There is a guy that's going to beat him defensively. It's Tyson Chandler. That counterpart. Tyson Chandler a little bit taller, maybe a little bit wider. I think Giannis badge-wise is a little bit better. Jonathan Isaac at the 3 is absolutely fantastic. Provides good size. 6'11" at the small forward position that I think is super valuable. I think between these three, it's got to be Giannis. I mean, badge stat-wise, it's tough to be better than what Giannis Antetokounmpo is. If you can't get better than him, let me know. For me, though, defensive player of the season is Giannis by far. Best shooter up next, the award here, Kyle Korver, who you could have gotten for free. Smooth release, such a big green window, easy to time, easy to green. Problem with Korver is that's basically all he did give you on the court. D-Book obviously has a leaner to his game, which definitely does add quite a few things. Obviously, great release in his own right. For D-Book, though, gives you a little more playmaking compared to a guy like a Kyle Korver. Michael Beasley, I think Beasley's got the best, quickest release. So if this was a best release reward, I would definitely give it to Michael Beasley. But when we're looking at our best overall shooter from a Season 4 of my team, I've got to give it to Kyle Korver because I think he's literally training wheels. If you were to pick up the game today, I think you'd have more success shooting the ball with Kyle Korver than the rest of the guys I did feature. Next award is our most overrated card of a Season 4. Korver's right up there at the top. I think he is so overrated. Yes, shooting the ball is absolutely fantastic. He's probably catch and shoot or stand still shooting the best shooter we have in my team. If there was a 3-point contest, Kyle Korver would win it. But I still think he's overrated because his defense isn't great. He can't really move, can't really handle the ball. I think he's overrated. Magic Johnson's 6'9", but he's mid-defensively. His release is absolutely horrible. I just don't see the pros of what Magic Johnson really provides for you guys on the court. Now, that's just me. If you want to use Magic Johnson, do what you guys got to do. Hopefully, you guys can have more success with the card than I did. I do not like Magic Johnson at all in my team. Last but certainly not least, Nikola Jokic. I think Jokic is good, but when people are talking about, oh my gosh, Jokic is a must-need card. Is he? Like, at the center position, is he better than Kristaps or Wemby? I'll leave that up for discussion. I think all three of these cards are overrated. For me, though, I got to give it to Magic Johnson. The fact that people commenting, man, Ty, you don't know how to use Magic Johnson. I run him so much and I have so much success with him. Well, congrats, but that just goes to show how overrated the card is. Next up, underrated, Michael Jordan, Karl Malone, Peyton Watson. For MJ, yes, he's super expensive. I know, I get that, but I feel like he was so underrated. Like, I ran MJ for a time over a guy like Dr. J. Now, I don't think right now he's better than Dr. J, but I do think MJ is super underrated. Defensively, so elite, obviously attacking the rim, unguardable. MJ is undeniably good in my team. Next up, Karl Malone's Pink Diamond. feel like nobody really is talking about him, but if you got Karl Malone, you still can run him. He can go out there and compete with like the ADs. He can go out there and compete with the Giannis's of the world. Karl Malone is that next level good in my team. Last but certainly not least, one of our budget options here in a Peyton Watson. Great 3-and-D option. I think Peyton Watson's one of the only guys for under like 25,000 MT that you can put out there at the highest level and not really notice yourself, you know, lacking anything. He is that good in my team, and I will always be a fan of Peyton Watson. That's why I'm a firm believer he's the most underrated card in my team as it stands right now. And I know like a lot of people know about Peyton Watson, but if you don't, pick him up. You're going to have a lot of success with him. Next up, our best deal of the day that we did see in Season 4. It's a two-man race between Jrue Holiday and D-Rob. Both these cards were basically, I think, 40 or 50% off. And for that, both of them were really solid for their time. I think they were in mid-January. And for that time, that was before things got crazy in my team. Both these cards could compete at the highest level. I thought Jrue was one of the best point guards in the game when this deal of the day was out. I thought D-Rob was a top 5 center in the game for sure. And so both these cards, deal of the day wise, were really solid. For me though, I went with David Robinson because D-Rob was a guy that could compete at the highest level at the center position. I feel like Jrue was just another point guard. I obviously love Jrue more than anybody else, but I feel like at the end of the day, he was just another point guard. Next up, guys, our best reward card for Season 4. Now, there are so many other guys, like the free Joel Embiid, the free Thurl Bailey that you guys could throw out here, and it really was preference-based. I just wanted to get a little bit, I think one guy is ahead of the rest, and I'll get to that, but I wanted to show some different options. Like, J. Rich was a free card in the path to All-Star grind. Tyrese Halliburton was obviously the mobile reward for absolutely free. Tyson Chandler was the triple threat online reward. You could talk about Larry Bird. You could talk about level 40 Magic Johnson. Like, the list goes on and on. For me, though, Tyson Chandler takes the cake as being the best reward card that we did get this season. Now, hopefully 2K next season gives us better versions of like Larry Bird, Michael Redd, but for now, Tyson Chandler, I guess you'll work. Next up, our budget MVP between Peyton Watson, Anthony Black, and Mo Bamba. Now, look, you could throw DeAndre Ayton in there for Mo Bamba. I just wanted to put him up for an award here. For me, though, I think it's between Peyton Watson and Anthony Black. I think both their cards, those cards at their respective positions, are absolutely solid. For me, though, I think you guys know where I'm leaning into. Peyton Watson being our best budget option for Season 4 of my team. Next up, guys, our best dynamic duo of Season 4 between Scottie Pippen, MJ, John Stockton, Karl Malone, and then Sean Kemp and Gary Payton. Now, look, there's only one of these duos that can play and compete at the highest level. There's only one of these duos that I like both of the cards individually, and that's MJ and Scottie. Obviously, they were ridiculously expensive. I know that they probably weren't worth the price, but these guys can still go out there and compete at the highest level in my team. Last, certainly not least, our MVP of a Season 4 of my team between 100 overall Kareem, Galaxy Opal LeBron, and Galaxy Opal Giannis. Now, the sad part about the MVP of this season is it's all tied behind gambling. You can't buy these cards off the player market or, you know, even directly off the pack market. Like, you got to pull them and get lucky. For me, all these cards are great in their own right. Kareem's got to be our MVP. He's 100 overall, very quick release. I don't have Kareem, but he is the MVP, sadly, of the season. Next up, guys, our all Amethyst team. Spencer Dinwiddie, great free card at the point guard position. Peyton Watson won our budget MVP. Bo Champ, who I think is fantastic for his price. Verjao, low 3-low, but I think the rest of the card is good. And then DeAndre Ayton. Yes, I chose DeAndre Ayton over Mo Bamba, but you really could have went either way on that. Next up, guys, our all diamond team. We're pairing Amen Thompson and Sar Thompson. And I don't want to see a comment, oh, Ty, but they become pink diamonds when you pair them. I get it, but they're diamonds at heart. Running the backcourt with Jonathan Isaac, Blatch, and Big Wang in the middle. This is a squad, if you were to take this all diamond team out into, like, let's say clutch time or unlimited, you're going to have a lot of success with this squad. This is a squad that can compete at the very highest level, especially on the defensive end of the court. Next up, guys, our all pink diamond team. Devin Booker at the point guard position. Dr. J at shooting guard. Could have plugged Paul George in there as well. Bees at the 3. Tyson Chandler at the 4. And KP at the 5. Yes, I wanted to plug Yi Yalen in there, but it's really between Tyson Chandler and Yi Yalen. You cannot go wrong at that power forward position. Last up, guys, our all opal team between SGA, Jaylen Brown, LeBron, Giannis, and Jokic. Chose Jaylen Brown over a guy like Benedict Mathurin. Chose Jokic over a guy like Joel Embiid. Obviously, SGA, Brown, and Giannis, those are shoo-ins. But anybody else you could plug really in here to this all opal team. That's going to wrap it up for our award ceremony for Season 4 of my team. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. As always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.